The year 2025 looms on the horizon, and with it comes a wave of uncertainty for the global economy. Financial experts and analysts are sounding alarms, predicting a turbulent period ahead. The interconnectedness of global markets means that a crisis in one region can quickly ripple across the world, affecting economies far and wide. While some nations seem poised for growth and prosperity, others teeter on the precipice of financial ruin. The stark contrast between thriving financial districts and struggling urban areas highlights the uneven distribution of wealth and resources. This essay delves into the unsettling reality of countries facing potential bankruptcy in 2025, focusing on two starkly different, yet equally concerning case studies, Venezuela and North Korea. These nations, despite their geographical and political differences, share a common thread of economic hardship and instability. These nations, plagued by a toxic cocktail of economic mismanagement, political instability, and international sanctions, offer a glimpse into the complex web of factors that can cripple a country's financial well-being. The impact of these issues is felt not just within their borders, but also in the broader global economy. Through their struggles, we gain a sobering understanding of the fragility of economic systems and the devastating human cost of financial collapse. The images of empty supermarket shelves and distressed families in Venezuela, alongside the daily hardships faced by North Korean citizens, paint a stark picture of the human toll of economic failure. Join us as we dissect the intricate economic landscapes of Venezuela and North Korea, exploring the factors pushing them towards the brink and highlighting the global implications of their potential downfall. By understanding these dynamics, we can better prepare for and possibly mitigate the effects of future financial crises. Venezuela, a country blessed with the world's largest proven oil reserves, presents a perplexing paradox. How can a nation swimming in black gold find itself drowning in debt? This question becomes even more baffling when you consider the sheer scale of its natural resources, which should, in theory, make it one of the wealthiest countries in the world. The answer lies in a complex interplay of economic mismanagement, rampant corruption, and crippling political instability. These factors have woven a web of challenges that have ensnared the nation, making it difficult to break free from the cycle of poverty and debt. For years, Venezuela's economy has been held hostage by a socialist government that prioritized populist policies over sound economic principles. Leaders like Hugo Chavez and Nicolas Maduro have implemented measures that, while popular in the short term, have had devastating long-term effects on the economy. Price controls, nationalization of industries, and excessive government spending created a perfect storm for hyperinflation, rendering the Venezuelan bolivar practically worthless. The sight of empty supermarket shelves and long queues for basic necessities has become a common and heartbreaking reality for many Venezuelans. Despite boasting vast oil wealth, Venezuela's reliance on this single commodity has proven to be its Achilles heel. The overdependence on oil has left the economy vulnerable to global market fluctuations and has stifled the development of other sectors. Plunging oil prices in recent years, coupled with declining production due to underinvestment and mismanagement, have crippled the nation's ability to generate revenue and service its debts. The once thriving oil fields now stand as a testament to the country's economic downfall. As we approach 2025, Venezuela's economic outlook remains bleak. The streets are filled with closed shops and many families are forced to rummage through trash to find food, highlighting the severe humanitarian crisis. The International Monetary Fund projects inflation to soar to a staggering 150%, painting a grim picture of a nation teetering on the edge of economic collapse. The frustration and despair are palpable as the people of Venezuela grapple with an uncertain future. Behind the cold, hard statistics of Venezuela's economic meltdown lies a heart-wrenching human tragedy. Hyperinflation has decimated the purchasing power of ordinary Venezuelans, leaving them struggling to afford even the most basic necessities. Supermarket shelves stand empty as food shortages become the norm. Hospitals starved of funding and essential supplies resemble war zones. Millions have fled their homes, seeking refuge in neighboring countries and contributing to a growing refugee crisis. Children are among the most vulnerable victims of Venezuela's economic crisis. Malnutrition rates have skyrocketed, stunting growth and development. Education systems have crumbled, robbing an entire generation of their future. The once vibrant Venezuelan spirit has been crushed under the weight of economic despair. The dreams of a brighter future have been replaced by the daily struggle for survival. North Korea, shrouded in secrecy and ruled by an iron fist, presents a unique challenge when assessing its economic health. Reliable data is scarce, making it difficult to paint a complete picture of the country's financial standing. However, what little information we do have paints a bleak picture. Decades of isolationist policies coupled with crippling international sanctions have crippled North Korea's economy, leaving it among the poorest nations in the world. While the country boasts some mineral wealth, its antiquated infrastructure and lack of access to modern technology hinder its ability to develop its resources and participate in the global economy. The vast majority of North Koreans live in poverty, with limited access to basic necessities such as food, healthcare, and education. The regime's prioritization of military spending over the well-being of its citizens further exacerbates the plight of its people. Section 5. The weight of politics and military ambitions on North Korea's economy. North Korea's economic woes are inextricably linked to its political and military ambitions. The regime's unwavering pursuit of nuclear weapons and ballistic missile technology has come at a hefty price, diverting scarce resources away from essential sectors like agriculture and healthcare. International sanctions, imposed in response to North Korea's nuclear program, have further isolated the country and strangled its already fragile economy. Restrictions on trade and financial transactions have severely limited its ability to earn foreign currency and import essential goods. Moreover, the country's massive military expenditures, estimated to consume as much as 25% of its GDP, place an unsustainable burden on its anemic economy. This militaristic focus, coupled with a history of economic mismanagement, has left North Korea ill-equipped to address the basic needs of its people. Section 6. A Tale of Two Balloons, Visualizing Economic Freefall. The economic trajectories of Venezuela and North Korea can be likened to two balloons, once filled with promise, now rapidly losing air and plummeting towards the ground. These balloons, once symbols of hope and potential, now represent the stark reality of economic mismanagement and political turmoil. Venezuela, once a shining example of prosperity in Latin America, has seen its economy deflate at an alarming rate due to a toxic combination of hyperinflation, corruption, and declining oil production. The streets that were once bustling with activity are now filled with closed businesses and protests, a testament to the country's economic downfall. The balloon, once vibrant and full, now hangs limp, its potential squandered. The dreams and aspirations of its people have been deflated, leaving behind a sense of despair and uncertainty. North Korea, on the other hand, resembles a balloon that was never allowed to reach its full potential. Despite the resilience of its people, the country's economy has been stifled by decades of isolation and strict government control. Shackled by isolationist policies, international sanctions, and a militaristic focus, its economy has remained stunted and underdeveloped. The resources that could have been used for growth and development have been diverted to maintain a facade of strength. The balloon, though intact, remains small and fragile, its growth stifled. The potential for prosperity exists, but it remains unrealized, trapped by the constraints imposed upon it. Both balloons, despite their different starting points, are now headed towards the same fate, a hard landing that could have devastating consequences for their people and send shockwaves through the global economy. The world watches as these two nations navigate their economic freefall, hoping for a soft landing that seems increasingly unlikely. Section 7. Global Implications, A Call for Awareness and Action. The potential economic collapses of Venezuela and North Korea serve as stark reminders of the interconnectedness of the global economy and the far-reaching consequences of financial instability. The humanitarian crises unfolding in these nations, marked by mass exodus, food shortages, and crumbling healthcare systems, demand international attention and action. Moreover, the potential for political instability and regional conflict, fueled by economic desperation, cannot be ignored. The international community must work together to address the root causes of these crises and provide humanitarian assistance to those in need. Section 8. Conclusion. A stark reminder of economic fragility. The looming specter of financial collapse in Venezuela and North Korea serves as a sobering reminder of the fragility of economic systems and the devastating human cost of mismanagement, corruption, and political instability. As we navigate an increasingly uncertain global economic landscape, it is imperative that we learn from these cautionary tales and prioritize policies that promote sustainable growth, social equity, and responsible governance. The fate of these nations hangs in the balance, a stark reminder that economic prosperity should never be taken for granted. Section 9. Disclaimer: Navigating uncertainty in economic predictions. It's important to acknowledge that predicting the future, especially in the realm of economics, is an inherently uncertain endeavor. While current trends and expert analysis suggest a bleak outlook for Venezuela and North Korea in 2025, unforeseen events and policy changes could alter their trajectories. This essay aims to shed light on the significant challenges these nations face and the potential consequences of inaction. However, it should not be interpreted as a definitive prediction of their economic futures.